Unfortunately, most people don't understand how serious covetousness can be. So if you always wanted to go after money, 9 times out of 10, you are smitten by the God of money. His name is Mammon. And it's going to be very, very difficult for you to be content with such things as you have if you're going after Mammon. What Satan can do sometimes is tempt you. Now, temptation is not a sin. Yielding to temptation is the sin. Yielding is sin. But we will be tempted as long as you're human. If you don't think that you can be tempted, you're already deceived. You're in more trouble than you realize because you don't know how weak your flesh is. I wrote my first book in 2015, and I was, on sale at Amazon, still on sale at Amazon. And so every day I would look at the Amazon account and see how many books were sold over the previous 24-hour period. And it was just like, a trickle here, a trickle there. So it's just a little bit of money, right? How Amazon works, they're paying you by, you're getting royalties. So you're getting, really just pennies on the dollar. I looked at my account. There was an extra $2,500 in it. Like, wow, all those books came in. So then I went to Amazon, and Amazon didn't reflect that. So I went back to my account. Then I called the bank because I knew that wasn't my money. I knew I hadn't deposited that money, and I knew that those numbers of books had not been sold. Okay. So I called the bank, and I told them, I said, listen, this amount of money was put in my account on this such day. That's not my money. So the person said, okay, we'll check it out and call you back. So a manager called me back, and she was saying, Mr. Barlow, I'm so thankful you notified us of this. One clerk missed a digit, just missed one digit in somebody else's account and put it in your account. She said, I'm so thankful that you notified us because that person would have had to pay that money out of their check. Now listen, bank clerks don't make a lot of money. That would have been a hurt thing. Now let me show you how the devil and the spirit of Mammon hurts people like this. What the spirit of Mammon would say, oh, look at God. Look how God blessed me. No, God didn't bless you. God authorized Satan to tempt you. And I'm going to tell you how this works. Almost every time God is getting ready to bless you in a great way, he will allow Satan to come along and tempt you in another way. And so sure enough, that's exactly what happened, because within a couple years of that, God blessed me to start a software company. Amen. And it allowed me to pretty much retire from the active practice of law. Okay. So now, what if I had just kept that $2,500? Okay. Somebody else would have almost lost their job or whatever the case may be, or had to pay that money back. That would have been a curse upon them. And then I would have been cursed. My finances would have been cursed, because if I had taken $2,500, I might have lost $55,000. Amen.